Hey guys, it's Ian here from True Damage Productions, and I wanted to start off a new video series. This video series is going to cover music and its influences on video games, and specifically, I'm going to be taking an introspective look at a different game each episode, or a different series. So, I wanted to do this because I really like music. I've been in choir for about 4 years, and I have a lot of fun singing, and I have a lot of fun listening to music and playing it. So, the first episode of this is something that I worked really tirelessly on. I've been working on it for about a year and a half, and I've really finally hit the stride in getting this finished. It's a simple video, but I've been perfecting the script and perfecting what I wanted to talk about. And even towards the end, some new games came out that I had to throw addendums in, which I was very happy to do. If you can't tell, this video is going to be about the Kingdom Hearts series. I'm turning away because I have the games behind me. Yay! This series is something that's very dear and beloved to me, and that segues into my next bit, which is the fact that this is all going to be about the track Dearly Beloved. The reason I'm picking Dearly Beloved is because it's an intro piece to a menu screen that is really important in each and every game, and each and every version of Dearly Beloved is different. But I'm going to save most of this for the video. Now, this is a long one. This is something different, so please forgive me. Bear with me. And if you stick it out all the way to the end, there's going to be something else as well. I want to thank you for joining me, and I hope that you guys really enjoy this video and everything I put into it. Thank you. Dearly Beloved is a wonderful piece that has a rendition in every single Kingdom Hearts game, and is probably the most recognizable original instrumental piece from the Kingdom Hearts series. With each game, you're treated to a version in both the beginning and the end of the game. And with this, Dearly Beloved is able to set the tone for each game before we even pass the initial menu screen. And this is pretty powerful that just a simple piece of menu music can have that much influence before we even load the game itself. Kingdom Hearts, released in 2002, would be the first time we would ever hear the menu piece known as Dearly Beloved. The original was a song that I would turn my PS2 on just to listen to from time to time. It's a simple piece, with nothing but a piano to signify the start of a journey. This sets your mind up that this is the beginning of it all, and it does a great job bringing you in on just its simplicity. At the end of the game, you're treated to a reprise, which sounds like it has influences from old music boxes. The events have passed, and while the day is won, it still feels like there's something more on the horizon. Our main characters, while having been reunited for a short time, are separated once more, and Sora is led to his own separate path. The original version of Dearly Beloved not only sets the tone for the first game, but the series as a whole. The song is enchanting, and it's so contagious you could just find it lingering in your head for days. This is what makes it a good composition altogether, the ability to stick with you for so long after hearing it. Released in 2004, you have Chain of Memories, which keeps almost the exact same tone and composition from the first game. However, one thing that is different in both the GBA, PS2, and remix versions of the game is the reverb, or rather, the echo of the music itself. The reverb can be construed as a correlation to the title and the theme of the game, memories, and how Sora's memories are altered both during and at the end of the game when they're restored. The effects of the reverb can be correlated to the mind, a space and object often believed to be like a maze or a library with echoing walls, with how complex it can truly be. I like to think that the echo is a symbol to the empty bookshelves in a large library, but that's just me. But it's this added effect that truly makes this composition different from its original counterpart. In 2005, we're given the first console sequel, Kingdom Hearts 2. In this rendition, Dearly Beloved opens with some strings versus the piano from the original, and something about this just has epic written all over it. You can feel it as it moves forward when more instruments are added, that it only reinforces the monumental return of a franchise powerhouse in the making. This is a new start, almost the true start even. The real journey begins now. New discoveries moving forward, new powers to learn and master, pieces that have yet to be seen will be lined up. The heroic journey is kicking into gear. You can just feel the fact that this game is going to be stunning and worthwhile. You know that old friends will reunite, new ones will be made, and this battle, while it won't be the last, will be one worth fighting. I mean, even the trailers when this game was coming out hinted at some of the most intense and epic action sequences I have seen and had the pleasure of playing through. The reprise is one of solace, as you've come out on top. Reunited, you can cherish the embrace of your friends. This reprise in particular gives this sense of calming worth, this sense of serenity as the trial is over for now. It is a peaceful reminder to enjoy the days of peace you have before the days of strife return. Next comes 358 over 2 days. Released in 2009, 358 over 2 days' version of Dearly Beloved is both somber and lighthearted. It's kind of like Chain of Memories meets Kingdom Hearts' reprise and sounds very much like a music box at times. This is giving the feeling of a simpler time, as is the relationship between Xion, Roxas, and Axel. The three of them sitting on the clock tower of Twilight Town enjoying some sea salt ice cream is one of the things you can just picture right away. This version is also keying hints into the game's tone, as it's one of the games in the series that takes a complete 180 in direction of its emotional overtones towards the end of the game. The somber tones reflect the characters being used by their peers and superiors throughout the course of the game, just as the lighthearted tones of this version lend to a simpler time of just hanging out and being together with friends. Overall, this version of Dearly Beloved, while being straightforward to the ears, can often be heard in a way that can pluck at one's heartstrings. After 358 over 2 days comes, to my personal opinion, the saddest entry of the dearly beloved track in the history of its incarnations, in the game Birth by Sleep, released in 2010. A song that is absolutely fitting for welcoming you to the title screen. This incarnation can make someone like me shed tears just by hearing it. It's so somber and overwhelming that it just kind of hits you all at once. It may start out just like the rest, soft and simple, but as it slowly gets into its rhythm, you can feel something different, something perhaps creeping inside and choking you up. Despondency is evident, and as the track begins to hit its stride, it's rightfully so. For the losses you face in Birth by Sleep are some of the most tragic in the series to date, as is the story of its three main characters, Aqua, Terra, and Ventus. The track reaches new heights to the end, simulating a hope for the old guard, a new set of heroes in the future who have taken the reins to set things right from the mistakes of the past. This song tells you the story of three brave individuals who lost something or even gave something up for the cost of another. Yet, while being something this somber, it was just something I could not bypass. I myself would listen to the song for a good 2 minutes before pressing start and booting up a save or starting a new game. It can be argued as the saddest version of this song to date for the series, invoking emotions that will reach you to your very core. But I'm not done with this game at all. No, this game has one of the best reprises in the franchise in the A Link to the Future. I nearly forgot this existed till I was rewriting this, and I'm so glad I went searching for it. Oh my, the things I could say about this. Sure, it's short, but a short piece can have just as much impact as a long one does. A Link to the Future delivers. It starts out just like every entry before it, building from next to nothing, but that movement of energy continues and builds into one triumphant movement that, while Aqua, Terra, and Ventus' stories may have ended for now, the story as a whole is not over, and we will see them again. Kingdom Hearts Recoded, released in 2011 on the Nintendo DS, and previously a phone episodic game in 2008 known simply as Coded. Like the game's retelling, this is another simple version with some added flair. As a way to spice things up, the lead-in is different and sets up for the mood for reanalyzing some past experiences with new and different outcomes. It hardly changes a lot, however, as it uses this to grasp the theme of a simple game. Recoded's iteration of the track is simple, but you know, simple always isn't terrible. Now it is time for the final entry so far in the saga of the song known as Dearly Beloved. The most recent addition to the Kingdom Hearts series is Dream Drop Distance, released in 2012. And this track gives me great pleasure. It starts out like Dearly Beloved always has, simple, and it just escalates into a fantasy of wonder. This truly plays on every single version of Dearly Beloved to date. A new journey beginning for both Sora and Riku, the somber tones of the past awakening the old wounds of two former comrades who have yet to meet face to face. Yet, in the middle of this version is something different, an enchanting, upbeat interlude that is very much like the music of the Hunchback of Notre Dame. It is whimsical and eye-opening, giving happiness and hope to the player mixed in with the somber reminders of what we have lost, and reminds us of what we and the characters have gained throughout the series as a whole. The strength of bonds that test time. The theme of this game is one of powerful yet easy comprehension. This track shines light and hope onto the series, giving us new light from the past darkness that has been clouding our vision. It is perhaps the most endearing version of the track so far, as it invokes more than just one emotion and state of mind to those who hear it. Serenity, joy, despondency, and wonder. Themes in every version of Dearly Beloved, whether they're there on its own or paired with another. The reprise for Dream Drop Distance, also known as The Next Awakening, harkens back to the days of Kingdom Hearts and Kingdom Hearts 2, in ways of opening a lot of familiar elements in the way the music moves. It still has that mystical interlude and even gives it some better build-up in my mind versus the original at the beginning of the game. This is a great clincher to an already amazing game and an already amazing entry to Dearly Beloved. The ending, taking that piece of enchantment, slowing it down, and throwing it as its high placement, but all of that build-up to the most important part of this piece, the exodus of this track, is the very end. The silence after the final high note lasts for a mere second before it brings you back in with instruments ringing out once more, proving once again that our journey is not over yet. As I was writing this, a few games came out, so I thought I would touch on those. Let's start this amazing addendum with shoutouts to the mobile game Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key. Recently released for the smartphone devices and tablets, this game's version is an up-tempo version of the original, with some great use of MIDI tones throughout the composition. But with the strings included, this song still gives off that duality feeling of both joy and sadness. Key manages to play up the innocence as we take our own characters into a world that we've loved for so long, creating Keyblade masters of our very own as we celebrate Kingdom Hearts in a whole new way. Now, where am I going to go from here? Why, the HD remixes, of course. With the loss of the assets from Kingdom Hearts 1, Square took to the studio to create the HD remix dubbed 1.5 and released it across the world. Square also would do the same thing for Kingdom Hearts 2 and dub it 2.5. I bring these up because the main menu screen before selecting a game has two brand new versions of Dearly Beloved in them. In 1.5, it's a pretty simple piece, and it feels so much like its predecessors in many ways that I find it hard to speak on other than it being calming. 2.5, however, is something else entirely. If you listen closely, you can hear often minor notes being played in this version and how it not only clashes but complements the piece. As if it's just like in Recoded, we're given a new chance to view things with a new perspective. It has such an amazing feel, it's so hard not to get caught up in this. The simplicity of the piano gives me shivers in ways that past versions of this piece has done with more instruments behind it. And that's saying something that a piece like this can do it with just one. It's a track like this with so many iterations that I simply just can't wait to listen to what Yoko Shimomura comes up with 2.8, 2.9, and more specifically 3. To conclude, Dearly Beloved, perhaps the most well-known track to come out of Kingdom Hearts, is its most meaningful and most impressionable, giving you the tone of the game before you leave the title screen, and yet doing so without divulging any true knowledge of the plot within each game. Something like that isn't so easily done. Hey guys, thanks for making it all the way to the end with me. If you guys like this video, I'd like to do another one, and I'm already in the process of writing it. In fact, there's a hint somewhere behind me. If you want to see more of this, just leave a comment, give us a like, check out our Facebook page, our Twitter, we're posting more and often, and I hope that you guys stick around with us. I really enjoyed making this video, and I had a lot of fun talking about this song. I love this song so much, and I can say that through this and through all of the work that came with it, I even may have gotten somebody else to play it or have a slight want to, which is all I really want. I want everyone to be able to experience this series as it's something different and something unique. So once again, thank you, and I'll see you guys next time.